The past is never truly gone. It lingers in the shadows, whispering through the ages. Ancient civilizations knew this truth. They lived with it, feared it. From the sands of Egypt to the jungles of Mesoamerica, stories of restless spirits echo through time. These tales, passed down for generations, offer a glimpse into a world where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. Join me as we journey into the heart of darkness, explore the unsolved ghost stories of ancient civilizations. Prepare yourself. The past is waiting. Ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs and pyramids, where the sands whisper secrets of a time long past, a place where the afterlife held immense power, and the line between the living and the dead was thin. The Egyptians believed in preserving the body for the soul's journey, ensuring the deceased could navigate the afterlife. But what happened when the dead found no peace? When rituals failed and the soul was left wandering? Ancient texts speak of Ka, the life force, the spirit that animated the body. When a person died, the Ka lingered, seeking peace, sometimes finding only torment in the shadows of the afterlife. These restless spirits, filled with rage or sorrow, haunted the living, their presence felt in the eerie silence of the night. Tales of ghostly apparitions, strange noises, and unexplained phenomena filled the ancient texts, warning the living of the unseen dangers. The Egyptians even had a word for ghosts, Ak, a term that signified the spirit's transformation after death. These entities were both feared and revered, seen as powerful beings that could influence the world of the living. They were a reminder of the unseen world, a world that existed alongside our own, a realm where the past and present intertwined in spectral tales. The most famous Egyptian ghost stories are tied to curses. These tales have been passed down through generations, each one more chilling than the last. Warnings left behind to protect the eternal slumber of the dead. These inscriptions were not mere decorations, but serious admonitions meant to ward off intruders. The most well-known, the curse of King Tutankhamun. This young pharaoh's tomb, discovered in the Valley of the Kings, has fascinated and terrified people for decades. When Howard Carter opened Tut's tomb in 1922, the world held its breath. Soon after, tragedy struck. The discovery was monumental, but it came with a heavy price. Several members of Carter's team died under mysterious circumstances. These deaths fueled the legend of the curse, making headlines around the world. Was it the curse of the pharaoh, or simply coincidence? Skeptics argue it was all just bad luck, but believers are convinced otherwise. The ancient Egyptians believed in curses. They performed elaborate rituals to invoke these curses, ensuring that their tombs remained undisturbed. They believed in their power to transcend death. To them, the afterlife was as real as the world of the living, and curses were a way to protect that sacred journey. Inscriptions on tombs warned of dire consequences for those who dared disturb the dead. These warnings were clear and ominous. leaving no room for doubt. These curses, whether real or imagined, served as a deterrent. They were a psychological barrier, instilling fear in the hearts of would-be tomb raiders, a way to protect the sacred resting places of the pharaohs. These ancient practices remind us of the deep respect and reverence the Egyptians had for their dead, and the lengths they would go to ensure their peace. Specters of Rome, when in doubt, blame the dead. The Romans, like the Egyptians, feared what lurked beyond the grave. They believed in spirits, both benevolent and malevolent. Roman ghosts, known as Lares or Manes, could be helpful or vengeful. Roman literature is filled with ghost stories. Pliny the Younger wrote of a haunted house in Athens. Suetonius, in his Lives of the Caesars, tells of Caligula being haunted by the ghost of his murdered predecessor. These tales spoke of a culture grappling with the unknown, a culture where the line between the living and the dead was easily blurred, where the whispers of the past could still be heard. Haunted Roman ruins, echoes of tragedy and terror. The Roman Empire was vast and bloody. Its history is filled with tales of conquest, betrayal, and unimaginable suffering. From the grandiose palaces to the humble homes, every corner of this ancient civilization has witnessed events that have left a lasting mark on the land. Battlefields and arenas echoed with the screams of the dying, the ground soaked with blood, and the air thick with the cries of those who fought and fell. These places, once teeming with life and death, now stand silent, but their silence is heavy with the weight of the past. Is it any wonder that these places are said to be haunted? The energy of those tragic events seems to linger, creating an atmosphere that many find unsettling. The very stones seem to whisper the stories of those who perished. The Colosseum, once the stage for gladiatorial combat and public executions, is said to be one of Rome's most haunted places. This grand amphitheater, which could hold tens of thousands of spectators, was a place of both entertainment and horror. Visitors and staff report cold spots, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures. Some say they can hear the faint roar of the crowd, the clash of swords, and the final cries of the fallen gladiators, the spirits of the slain, perhaps reliving their final moments. Or maybe they are trapped, unable to move on from the place where they met their end. Theories abound, but the experiences of those who visit are undeniably chilling. Pompeii, frozen in time by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, is another site of reported paranormal activity. The city, buried under volcanic ash, offers a haunting glimpse into the past. The sudden and violent death of so many has left an imprint on the city. The streets, once bustling with life, now echo with the silence of the grave. Yet some claim to hear the sounds of daily life, as if the city is still alive in another realm. Tourists and researchers claim to have seen apparitions, heard whispers, and felt an overwhelming sense of dread. The past, it seems, is never truly gone. It lingers, a shadow over the present, reminding us of the tragedies that once unfolded in these ancient ruins. Whispers from the Jungle, Mayan Ghostlore and Mysteries. Deep in the jungles of Central America lie the ruins of the Mayan civilization. The Maya, known for their advanced astronomy and complex understanding of time, also had a rich tradition of Ghostlore. They believed in a realm of the dead called Xibalba, a dangerous underworld ruled by sinister gods. To the Maya, death was not an end, but a transition, and sometimes the spirits of the dead returned. Mayan ghost stories often feature vengeful spirits, demons, and supernatural beings. These tales served as cautionary warnings, reminding the living to respect the dead and honor the delicate balance between the physical and spiritual worlds.